There was no noise. I don't like, contradicting myself if I say I don't like noise, because in a previous video I said the earth should be mute. But I found it weird that there was no noise. I was waiting for a jump scare. This guy's just walking through some crops? He's got a stick, he's got a bowler hat. He reminds me of the guy from The Haunting of Hill House that floats. I don't like it. If you're wearing a bowler hat, I don't trust you. You're probably a ghost and you died 50 years ago. Yikes. Oh! Okay, so I have reacted to that one before, but this time I feel like I'm seeing it a little differently than I did last time. Because in my mind last time I thought someone opened the door, but in reality it was just her banging on the door. This is a full-on possession case. She's flying up that wall. She's going off. Go hard, go home, you know? Give her the exorcism, because this is a situation where it is actually a possession case.
Shine right where.
I don't like the lighting.
Shine
Well, can you show me? There's someone there! Creeping. There's a creepy creep behind the wall. I don't... Oh my god, I hate these people. Shine the light. Yeah, he's peeking. I'd be peeking too. They can't hold the light like a normal person. Stop, just like, your aim is Your aim is I just want to see the creepy creep behind the corner. It looked like one of those dwellers from The Descent. Or, at the end of the day, everyone's the rake. It's always the rake. When in doubt, the rake. No, I'm scared. Stop moving, you freak. Ah. Oh, I was waiting. I thought he was going to jump, or Pennywise was going to appear again. I've got trust issues now after the previous video I filmed. I'm scared someone's going to jump out at me. There's going to be an ear-piercing scream in my ears, and I'm fully going to go deaf this time. But I don't like anything that makes a jingle, you know? Things don't need to make noise all the time. Except me, because I like the sound of my own voice. Ooh. Wow. I didn't like that whatsoever. This is clearly, again, like some people's art pieces. You need to calm the f down. I'm not here for this art piece. I assume this is an art piece. He's putting clay on his face, and then, oh, as soon as he did the mouth thing, the noise that came out of his mouth, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see anyone putting clay on their face, ever, or making horrible noises. It looked like he stabbed himself in the eyes, but I know he didn't. You know, art, you can f off. You know what this world needs less of? Art and creativity. I assume this is another video that was filmed during like an exorcism. This person looks like they've got some serious health issues going on their body and in their mind. They need some help. Whether the help is from God, I do not know. I think the help comes from a doctor. Dr. Seuss? Maybe. What? Don't trust this woman. Ah! What the f is this sh**? like that. I don't like when things are too weird and I'm like, what the is going on? People are touching this woman's face, there's a long knife, there's a mouth, there's blood. Is the knife in her face hole? In her mouth hole? Who's to know? I don't know. But if people with black gloves were touching my face like that, they'd lose those hands. Yeah. Ugh, that was fully the devil. That was the devil. I can confirm, because I know him. He's a close personal friend, as is Cate Blanchett. Someone trolled me for that in a previous video when I had said that I like to envision a party before I go to sleep and my best friend's Cate Blanchett. They were like, oh, your close personal friend Cate Blanchett? Yes, and my close personal friend the devil.
I'm fine. Can I go now? Can I go now? I'm fine.
I'm fine, can I go now? That's the question I have. I'm fine, can I go now? That's First of all, I was hearing a lot of different things. I heard school, 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 and then at the beginning I thought I heard no brain, no brain, no brain, no brain, no brain. Which in this moment I wish I didn't have a brain, because then I wouldn't have had to witness that. And the doll at the end, I didn't like it, and the voice didn't match what I thought it would be. Then it was like, I'm fine, can I go now? You're clearly not fine. What the I don't like the noises, and the eyeball doesn't quite make sense to me. I don't understand where it's positioned. It almost looks like, where the is this eyeball? It can't be in an eye hole, that's for sure. The ball is in a different hole. Who put it there? It's definitely not an eye hole. Those aren't eyelashes. And then at the end it looked like a mouth, and it sucked it in. Yum, 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 eyeballs. It's like the end of the movie Neon Demon. That's the movie. The Neon Demon at the end, when they eat Dakota Fanning and then they throw her up, but one of the girls throws up her eyeball.
Okay, you can do this, just ignore the statues. They're not demons, it's fine. You got this, you got this. Oh god. Oh god. You're not gonna come alive, right? Right? You're all just
They're coming alive.
standing and chilling, right? Right?
No.
It's fine. It's
I'm
fine.
scared every time she turns.
Just a few demons, it's fine. Oh cool, they reflect in that. That's cool, that's
Stop
cool. This is
turning.
fine. I'm fine. It's fine.
I knew it. I knew the jump scare was coming. I sensed it. My whole body was ready and seized up and ready for the anticipation. Still got a hot flush, but my heart did not stop. And that's all that matters. I've got a heart of stone. One reference. Don't get close to me, you head. I don't like these types of videos because it reminds me of someone that would be on the news, like YouTuber slays family of 5. you know? Like, he's a creepy guy that sits at home and makes these weird cryptic YouTube videos that he uploads to maybe the dark web, and then it comes out that he's like killed a bunch of people, or there's bodies in the walls. Stop! I knew it was coming. I knew there was a jump scare in there, but for the slightest second right at the end I thought maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe I remembered wrong, because I often do remember wrong. But I did remember right in that moment, and it still scared me. What the f is this? Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed a part. Was it Reagan McNeil again? Because I think I saw her. Please, by all means, let's rewind and watch it again. That's lovely. Yeah, because the first time wasn't good enough. You're waiting for me to put my headphones back in and f***ing me, aren't you? What the f***? The girl you have a crush on, this is really what they're like behind closed doors. When I go home, I have 3 heads. Which head is real? You'll never know. Is this my real head? No, I've got 2 more inside.
Whoa, that thing can levitate? No way, bro. Oh, okay. Yeah, that feels like a lens flare to me. I don't know so much about ghosts in this one. I mean, unless, you know, like me, you are really impressed by the fact that we've created technology that allows things to levitate as a helicopter or a drone would. Like, that's pretty impressive. It's not gonna make me believe in ghosts. You know, if you showed it to somebody in the medieval times, they might think you were a wizard or a witch and they'd burn you. But other than that, I don't know what's going on in this video. We saw that thing move, but to me that really and truly does feel like a trick of the light. Sorry, folks.
Hold.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Oh, well, that was an animal at the end, but you definitely saw that, right? It took me until the 3rd time, so thank you for repeating that 3 times. But we saw the little, like, the fingers here, and I think that was his hands shaking, right? But then right behind it, there was the silhouette of what appeared to be a young lad, but it was in total darkness, and it was totally still. That would freak anybody out, especially if you were looking for something spooky. And then, at the end, he spooked himself by running into a deer. We love wild animals. Holy smokes! Anything else? Oh. Wow, that is one pissed off ghost. That's like the kid after he gets detention or like finds out that you know, like Chad got the girl. My God, that like they were just chucking things. I want to know about the disparity though between like the first 2 things were like Violet sending things flinging across the room. One would assume they would have the strength to throw the chair a little harder than a nice little scoot along the ground. I don't know. Maybe they just ran out of ghostly energy after those first two. They really, they spent too much on the first couple, therefore leaving them with very little paranormal power left with which to push that chair. But boy, that is a ticked off poltergeist.
Don't move in there. No, there's a motorcycle.
Oh.
This?
I don't see nothing down there. Can't be the motorcycles, honey. There's nothing sparking. You see what I'm
What's
saying?
that? What is that?
Yeah, what was that?
No. You moved it, right? Right there. See it?
Uh-huh.
Look.
Yeah, what is that? The first couple were like ghostly orbs, right? We saw the little sparks, the little flashes in the pan over there. That can't be the motorcycles, honey. But then we got whatever the heck was like flickering in and out over by that mound. I don't know what that was. It looked like it was like cycling in and out of existence. At first I thought it was somebody running across it, but then it happened consistently. Maybe it is a ghost. Or maybe it's a wild animal yet again that really knows how to f with people. That would be great. I'd love that. What are you doing? Staring into somebody's window like that? Why are you recording into somebody's window? What do you expect to see? It's gonna be somebody looking out at you and be like, oh great, a peeping Tom in the neighborhood. Now I have to call the police. Even if I'm a ghost, like all I'm doing is hanging out in my house. I have no reason to worry about somebody recording me from outside my bedroom window, but now we've got this lady on a camera who zooms right in, like a little pervert she is, and sees this ghost, and the ghost obviously sees somebody recording them and goes, and out. Like, I don't know. This lady's just invading this poor phantom's privacy. Maybe it's not even a ghost. Maybe it's just somebody that looks funny in the dark. I don't know. Okay, see, that could be a few things, right? So there's the trick of the light, of course. There's a ghost, of course. Or, and this is my conspiracy theory brain turning on, right? So I'm assuming that this person owns a doorbell camera, which is owned by a corporation. You don't necessarily like own the footage that those things record, right? So it's recording and uploading it to the data server, and somebody, whether knowingly or not, tunes in at the perfect time to see something that no human eyes should see, or at least none of the public should see. Maybe it's like a long lost fugitive, maybe it's a cryptid, maybe it's a demon, maybe it's Mark Zuckerberg or Jeff Bezos coming to your house and stealing your data personally. But they went in, and like they do on Google Maps when like something is on there that shouldn't be, they've blurred it out and made it so it's mostly gone. But you can still tell there was something there. So whatever was caught on camera that time, I don't think it was a ghost. I don't think it was a shadow. I think it was something that we were not supposed to see outside of the realm of our imaginations. And somebody who's on the government side, who's on the corporation side, my conspiracy brain is on now. They've erased it, so we'll never see it. And now we all just think it's a ghost.
A mom who thought she was simply taking a video of her son on his bike was in for a surprise when she went back to look at the footage.
Oh, hello.
In addition to her little boy, she may have captured the image of an apparition looking down on him from a nearby window. It went down at the Oldway Mansion in England, a property dating back to the 19th century. When the mom asked officials what it could be, they told her only security would have been inside that building that day.
Okay, so it's a security guard. I don't know what's so hard to believe about that. There's just a person standing there. They didn't disappear and reappear. They didn't float. They didn't come out the window. They didn't do anything. It's just a security guard. Be like, oh man, I can't believe I have to work security today. I want to be out there riding bikes with that kid. I'd pop a wheelie so crazy he'd fall on his butt. But yeah, sure, it's a ghost. It's definitely a ghost. 100%. I see 2 cats. Are there 3? Oh. 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 See, I was focused on the cats on the first time around. That's a ghost cat. That's the third cat. That's the cat I was missing. That's a cat who wants to hang out with his pals from the afterlife. You know, cats have 9 lives, and once they're out, they can stick around for the afterlife if they so like. Does that mean they've got 9 afterlives as well? Only time will tell when we finally get to read cats' minds and see into their afterlives.
Nadie, solo yo, mi celular, mi lámpara y yo. Yo me...
Yo, was that an alien? I swear, it had the funny shaped head. It appeared out of nowhere, probably using teleportation technology. I don't know what this guy was getting ready for. He had his lamp, or his flashlight, and he was ready to go with his camera. He's like above a city or something. He's out in the outskirts. But then, whoo, a Lamau popped up behind him, bug-eyed and ready to probe. Someone in heels again walking. In heels, you say? Yeah, I hear that. Wow. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, like, we heard the noise. I don't know if it's like guaranteed heels. Like, they could be walking around in just like, I don't know, like just heavy shoes. But yeah, I mean, they definitely watch close. Like, do you think they cranked the sound a little bit? Because wherever the camera's set up, like, is not nearly close enough to wherever all these sounds are coming from for them to be this loud. Although, we did hear them. I don't know. The door opened at the beginning too, although I was really focused on that extremely skinny guitar on the wall. Like, it just looks like it's... Yeah, it might be a Guitar Hero controller. Like, it looks like it's too thin, you know? Oh. What was that? Was that, okay, so he's beside the door. Is that a door to another room, or is that the door that we then got the inside look at, full of white linens? Either way, I guess that creeping open in a dark room, caught on camera 3, that would be creepy. If you're urban exploring or exploring abandoned buildings, finding a big closet full of white linens kind of points to some ghostly activities, or somebody was just like really into like the mental patient look. Either way, you know you're somewhere kind of freaky. Although I wish I had just a little more context, just a smidge. Wow, you don't get too goofy when you're in a haunted zone. You know, this guy was obviously coming in pretty confident, pretty cocky. Once the tongue leaves the mouth, you know that you're unhinged. You know, and he's on another level right now. And then, of course, the ghost is like, "All right, buddy, calm down." Pushes the wheelchair, scares the piss out of him, and you know, he's never been the same. He's never made that face again. This was his signature look before, and now he just refuses to take his tongue out of his mouth. Unbelievable. Just a tragedy.
Look at the 2 women going about their business. Just then, a couple of children come running into view of the overhead camera. Seeing this for the first time, you expect that they would have collided with each other, but this did not happen. The ghost children just kept on running, and the woman did not react at all, as if they hadn't even seen them there at the time.
They look like little frog people. Like, they don't look like children. Like, if you take a look at like their head top, their dome, upon their shoulders, there was a little bit of a frog thing going down. Let me know if I'm crazy. Like, if you agree with my decision that these actually are frog people, like, please let me know, because that's immediately how I reacted. But then he says they're children, and I'm like, that's probably more likely. But I like the idea of frog people. Although I don't know if they're ghost children, because like the women on camera are like reflecting light in the same way that the children are. They're all very pale and ghostly in this camera. And then, like, they didn't really collide with the women, you know? Like, I feel like they might be in the neighborhood often, and they're just like, ah yes, here comes those two rambunctious frog-like children to run around again. We'll just continue walking because, you know, that's what they do, is run. Huh. Well, those are ghastly. Those seem like they're, you know, foretelling some doom. What do you think? There's three-ish lights in the sky. Could it be alien craft? Could it be ghosts floating around? Could it be stars gaining sentience and coming down to visit Earth because they want some Carl's Jr.? Who knows? Oh.
John, are you there? Okay, Amy, John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind. He says no one's in there, but that all of the furniture's been turned upside down and the hold on. He says the carpet's been ripped up and the shower is on, but nobody's in there. Man, that's scary.
Yeah, that is scary. I would have to agree. Like, especially the fact that, like, when he, like, tried to contact John, we get the lights flickering. We know there's a presence there. There's gotta be a presence there. And there's no way that, like, a person was able to, like, run in and flip all the furniture and turn on the shower and tear up the carpet, right? And then, like, make their getaway without being caught by anybody or any camera. There's got to be a presence there of some sort, and a pretty powerful one too. If you're gonna flip all this hotel room furniture, hotel room furniture is not meant to be moved around. They make that like particularly heavy so nobody can goof with it. So if a ghost is in there just tossing couches, flipping beds, you know, he's got his shoes on the couch, just digging his heels in, it's disrespectful. Oh, ouch. I saw those things shifting above her desk at first, and I thought that had something to do with it, and then the chair gets pulled out and she like slams her forehead into the desk. That is a truly malicious ghost. Yanking the chair up front of you and boom, giving you a nice bright red mark on your forehead. Ouch. Oh. That is a whole shadow person just appeared out of nowhere. And they kind of walk funny too. Like, it's not just walking straight through the room, it's walking like upwards and diagonally towards the top corner of this enclosure. What do you think it's looking for? Is this a store? It was looking for a little snack and then back up to its bedroom so it can eat it in peace. I don't blame it. That's the way that's the move. Is that a naked person? I feel like there's always naked people out in the middle of nowhere, you know? It could be a ghost or a demon, or it could just be somebody who's like, I'll never get found out here. If I strip down buck naked, I can just run around doing whatever. But obviously, in the age of smartphones and powerful flashlights, that might not be the case. So one of two things happen here. These people stumble across some sort of, you know, supernatural presence, or they stumbled across some old dude who thought it would be fun to run around in his birthday suit. Either way, pretty scary thing to come across in the middle of the night. Oh no. So was she summoning something? Was she doing like a mirror ritual, like a Bloody Mary? Like I couldn't really tell because it seemed like it was, you know, first of all in another language, second of all like pitched up. But we all caught that, right? We all caught that second like Sadako looking figure in the mirror. Whoever this girl is recording is long gone. We haven't heard from her since. She was using old school DSLR, so it's been years since this footage existed and nobody has found any trace of her. She is deep underground somewhere, thanks to a ghost. Oh my goodness. Wow, I thought it was just gonna be the person in the road. There's a lot going on here. Somebody is whipping down a cottage road in a heavy snowstorm, which I do not recommend, you know, for any reason, really. And they come across this person. If they didn't see this person fast enough, they would not have been able to slam on their They would not have been able to slam on their brakes. They would have skidded right over the individual. But they're a good Samaritan. They're being careful, and they stopped their car just in time for this haunted woman to jump and slap their car in the face. My goodness, that's what you get for being safe on the road, I guess. Just avoid all those country roads in the wintertime, if at all possible. And if not, throw the chains on the tires, folks.
いや、出ない方がいい。出ないよ、出ないよ、出ない方がいい。絶対出ない方がいい。
Oh my gosh. Ooh. I think the scariest part of that video was whatever that beep was. I'm assuming this is an earthquake, and a pretty crazy one at that. It's shaking the whole parking garage and all the cars in it. Really testing out the shocks, making sure. My goodness, that would be terrifying. I would hope that parking garage was constructed with the utmost of care. Otherwise, you're getting buried under tons and tons of concrete. Good luck out there.
Burn over, Scotty, burn over. Burn over, Scotty.
Holy smokes, what is going on here? So they're at a forest fire? And the fire truck is in hardcore reverse and doesn't seem to notice the car behind it, which I'm assuming is either a much smaller car or another fire truck. Either way, bad news for everyone involved. You gotta be careful out there. I guess the smoke gets to your head, but boy, you're out there fighting fires and then you run your buddies over because you're not looking behind you. Yikes.
Girl. Now, a lot of people have said that this particular girl has taken bath salts, which apparently continue into some sort of crazy zombie state, but imagine seeing this on the road.
Wow, yeah, no, she is on something. This poor woman out in the middle of nowhere, just hot footing it to wherever her destination is. You know, like I'd feel bad and want to give the person a ride, but you also don't know how volatile they may be. And that zombie thought, it's always going to be in the back of your brain. You're like, is this person patient zero for the zombie apocalypse? And by picking them up in my car, would that be putting me at the forefront of the zombie invasion? Will I get bit? Will I get scratched? Will I have to blow somebody's brains out? I don't know. Is it worth the risk? Maybe if you got like a truck, you like sit in the flatbed and don't move. But otherwise, I don't know what you're supposed to do in a situation like this. That's a steep driveway. Very steep. You put the parking brake on, right? Is it gonna go backwards? Wait, what? 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 I was so convinced that the driver was gonna like turn the car off, get out, and then realize that they like didn't put it in park properly and just watch it roll away down the street. But no, maybe they thought they were in reverse or something. They just gassed it, like jumped off of their driveway. I mean, it's the perfect shape for a ramp. my goodness, that poor little like Fiat down on the street just got absolutely smunched. And whoever their neighbor is, their car took a little bit of a ding on the bumper too. I mean, at least the person looks like they're pretty well-to-do, pretty wealthy. They can pay off all these damages. Oh shoot! What is that? That's like something out of Looney Tunes. That's like when the piano falls from the roof and crushes somebody. Holy smokes! Like I've seen those signs on the street. They're like, oh, watch for falling ice, watch for falling snow, not watch for falling concrete slabs. That guy was so lucky that snow came first, and he was kind of caught off guard by it. Because if he was still brushing snow, he would have been a pancake. No maple syrup.
Thailand syrup in 2 province. Let's watch the clip and see what you guys think. As you can see, the car's driving along when suddenly, a man seems to suddenly appear out of thin air. The man appears too fast. The vehicle is unable to stop in time, and it races on ahead. Some viewers have even pointed out that it almost looks like the car drives right through the man.
Is there sound that we can hear that isn't this man narrating? Because then we'll know for sure whether they drove right through the man or not. If we hear, whoa, then we know he didn't drive right through him, he drove right over him. It's hard to say with this. We don't know what what the draw distance in real life is. We don't know if he's rendered in yet, if he's popped up. That's nuts. He sort of just like appeared out of nowhere. Was he standing there the whole time and they just didn't see him because like it was dark, or is it a real like ghostly appearance?
This scary episode in February of 2012. As you can see, it's a foggy day with limited visibility ahead. That is until you spot 2 sets of headlights heading towards the driver occupying both lanes.
Oh my god.
One of the truckers had attempted to pass the other and was now in the dash cam driver's lane, predicting a terrible incident waiting to happen. One of the opposite coal truck drivers slows down, veering off the roadway and onto the hard shoulder. The other doesn't seem to move out of the way, and this light is still the expert trucker who manages to thread the needle and make it through.
Wow. That's what you need for dash cam. You need to get that guy's license plate. Homie who was trying to do the passing maneuver. Never in low visibility should you try to pass somebody on a 2-lane highway. That's insanity right there. Never, ever, never would I even imagine doing that. And then this guy's a trucker. Whoever you hit will die. Like, there's no doubt about it. If you're in a big wheel, boy, that thing is going to flatten some folks.
Yet scary saving Live Trucking in May of 2017. Watch as a car driving alongside a semi-truck comes closer to loss of life than they likely ever imagined. As the 2 drive parallel down the highway, the semi is passing the vehicle when suddenly its cargo tips. The big raid goes up on his left wheels. Those in the car must have been surprised to see the semi nearly toppling onto them, before the driver manages to return the big raid to its regular balance. Although surprisingly scary.
How does that even happen? Was all of the cargo on one side? Was it like weighted there? Like you're transporting shovels and all of the metal ends are on one side and the handles are across the other? Like what's happening? Did his wheel hit that little like shoulder and that's what causes the tip a little bit? Oh my goodness. Imagine like not even, I bet you the family didn't even notice that the truck was gonna fall on them. I bet you that the trucker in there was just like, this is it. I'm just gonna close my eyes and let Jesus take the wheel. And if I land, I land, and if I die, I die. And that's where we are now. Oh. What? What's going on here? It looked like a little kid in a snowsuit at first, but then it was like somebody in like it looked like a police jacket. Like they had like the bomber jacket on with the police insignia on it. I don't know. What? What are those? Are those locusts? Is this a swarm of locusts predicting the end times? That's crazy. At first I thought it was fish falling from the sky, and I thought that'd be hilarious. But if we're talking locusts here, that's nasty. That's gonna be a very difficult thing to scrub off of later. You're gonna go to the car wash, they're gonna say, no, leave, we're not dealing with that. I mean, that's the biblical end times, isn't it? When you see all those lovely crunchy bugs swarming through, you know, picking people, picking people's bones dry. That guy's lucky he was in a truck. If he was walking or on a bike or in a convertible, those locusts would have eaten the flesh from his bones and left him a skeleton driving, which admittedly would be a cool thing to be, but I don't know if anybody wants to die for that. Oh. Is that it? Oh, here we go. I was gonna say if it was just, they showed the replay of the roll falling over like 5 times. I just assumed that was the whole video. Like, okay, you guys obviously didn't put it up very stably, you know? Something like that, bound to fall over. But then the drawer opened. So there's a ghost in there pushing things over, opening drawers, or there's somebody on the other side of the wall just like hitting it with a sledgehammer or something. But I would assume the noise would then tip them off to that. There's a lot going on there, a lot of noises. Were those tires screeching, or was that the ghost making a terrible ghastly wail? I don't know. I would react the same way probably, just screaming at the top of my lungs as I try to narrowly avoid the person covered in a sheet walking across the road. But, you know, I think you could be a little quieter maybe. I don't know. What? Excuse me? What? What?
That's a glitch in the Matrix right there. That kid thing got teleported from something else. That kid fell somewhere else and got popped up there.
It fell so fast in another part of the world that somehow it broke the rules and popped up from the bottom.
And then there it is. But the dude doesn't even realize. The dude just keeps walking.
No, the dude gets scared. Look, he's like, hold on. And then he runs. Look, you can see his leg in the last frame there.
Wouldn't you have been like, oh my god, hey, are you okay?
Not if somebody popped out of the ground in front of me. I'd be like, what the? This is not normal.
But wouldn't you kind of... never mind.
I feel like he, like minimum you run 50 feet and then you think like, what the hell was that?
And then you kind of turn back?
Because otherwise it's just reaction. You don't think anything is gonna pop up from the floor. Like if something fell down from above, he'd be like, let me help you. But because it went, it's gone. You're out.
Maybe that's what happens when you die. You just respawn somewhere else.
Just pop up. Like it's not like a reincarnation thing where you're born. You just...
All of a sudden, there you go.
That's it.
You're in Canada now.
Welcome.
Let's get out of here, man. It's creepy.
Oh, I got a shiver.
Oh my god! Oh my, get out of here!
As they go to exit, a deformed human-shaped creature appears right in front of the cameraman. They are very blurry, but look to have human skin with a disheveled face featuring black holes for eyes, nose, and mouth.
Famous last words. This is creepy, let's get out of here. Like, as soon as you say that, it's already too late.
That's found footage. The people, their camera was found at that place. The people, nowhere to be found.
There's actually 3 new disheveled human figures in that building.
Yep.
If you go back, it's even more dangerous.
Or they responded somewhere else.
Yeah, they're... One of them's in Spain, one of them's in Brazil. The other one made it to Australia somehow. They're just there. Like, wait, how did I get here? You know what? It's fine. The weather's nicer.
Still, I did not. What did the noise it made? It was like, ah.
Yeah, that was gross. Ooh.
Oh.
That is another shadow person. just like the ones we saw last
I
time.
know, what's with all these damn shadow people?
It's traveling the world. It's seeing new sights.
What are they holding?
Rifles?
I thought it was rifles.
Yeah, I feel like this is a war-torn area.
But they didn't even see the lady go by?
Nah.
Or the ghost?
They were not expecting ghosts. They were expecting real live people.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh boy.
Those are a lot of orbs.
Yes, thank you. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's really creepy. That's really creepy. Oh.
Oh no. Oh Lord, what happened?
Is it over there now?
Oh my god. Yeah, what is that? Is that a mirror or is that a hole in the wall?
It's definitely not a window. Oh, what?
Oh, I think it's okay.
It's inside the house.
It's in, yeah, that's a window to the next room.
Yeah. Also, where are they living?
Yeah,
it looks
this is
like
like a
this.
weird shaped house.
But they have enough money for surveillance cameras, but not for a.
And beautiful silk curtains too.
Yeah, but not enough for a
I
proper
was really admiring
bed
those
frame.
curtains before the face showed up.
Oh, that was so creepy.
Oh boy.
I did not like that face at the window.
I was totally expecting, like I've seen a million videos like this where just the curtains move and they're like, yes, it was a ghostly curtain move. But no, there was something on the other
there.
side telekinetically moving these curtains.
Oh, creepy windows. Oh, did we miss it?
What are we? Oh.
I
There it
missed
is.
that the first time.
First time it was too fast, but I
Yeah.
guess it's kind of
That is a ghost girl.
little tiny ghost girl.
Oh.
So just don't go in that building and you're fine. If you stay outside, can't touch you.
Yeah, I can't touch this.
We're ready. We got these unlocked. We gotta get like some backing tracks in here, you know, like have like the jukebox ready every time. It's like, play it, perfect timing.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
That's how you keep the ghosts away. You just keep dancing and singing, you know? Ghosts
Yeah.
aren't exactly joyful
Can't
people.
touch me.
They're not, the music is not within them.
Oh. These damn shadow people.
Oh,
Oh, it's in him now. It's in him.
at first I'm like, are we sure that's not just his shadow?
That's
Or
what.
is it a
That's what
funny
I'm
angle?
like. It's kind of like, can you hurry it up? Like, if you're gonna go possess him, like, hurry up, just do it already. But he
And
was
then-
kind of like,
He did.
he did. He did
Our
took
shadow
long
person's
enough, but
quest continues.
there you go. I'm telling you, they're just jumping from body to body.
This time they got even better though, because this person didn't even seem to notice that
Yeah.
they were being entered. There was no
There's
emotion
no like,
within
oh
them.
god, it's in me.
No jump, no scream, no
Nothing.
waver, just keep walking.
And he was never the same since. More shadow people.
Oh. No, it walked
no,
right
it just kept
by.
going.
This time it's just walking free.
That's true, but
That's new.
that person was just like, wait a minute, I felt something cold
Yeah,
go through
they
me, or
gotta
something
chill.
like that.
They felt it. They got that right through them.
Keegan, gotta chill.
Is it
They're
multiplying?
multiplying.
Are you losing control?
We could do this so many times. And I'm losing control.
Cause the power
Yeah.
flying.
There we go.
It's electrifying.
Just a musical. Top 10 Central Musical.
We're ready. We're
We are
just
so
doing
ready.
all the covers all the time.
On.
Just
I'd be so down.
full musical theater productions in this room.
Oh, I'd be down for that.
Top 10 copyrights. Top 10 copyright strikes immediately.
Not if Keegan is doing all the background sound.
If I do everything, they can't copyright strike us.
We'll
There's
use
no
this
sound.
I don't know where to look. way that's real.
Hold on, when was this? This was...
It's 2016!
This is July 2016.
Oh my god!
This was the,
This is the
last guy
guy from
getting possessed. This is, we found the link.
We did. This is the guy from the earlier clip.
This is before he jumped into the next guy. And
Yeah.
obviously the ghost has gotten better at like being stealthy.
Right.
Right? Like it's improved its, because this one, if this happened in
it was
public,
like a-
people will be like, what is going on?
Oh my god, that was so, it like lifted him up.
Picked him up like you get like a full Nelson on the guy. I didn't know ghosts could do that. Just wrestling move. Pulling him 3 feet off the ground.
After polishing the bar, cleaning the mugs and glasses, and doing up the dishes, he went looking for his phone. He thought he left it on a bench in one of the pub's booths, but when he went back, it wasn't there. So he went to the closed-circuit camera footage. Oh, he thought, my phone was on the bench. Then he saw the phone disappear over the edge of the seat. He rewound the footage and watched it again. His phone disappeared again. If you take a close look at the footage, it looks like the phone is grabbed by something.
Is that it? Yeah, okay.
Where?
Just seems to disappear.
It doesn't appear to fall with just gravity alone.
Am I dumb? I never saw it.
No, it was like it was so close to the edge of the bench, it almost looked like a shadow. It was a little black rectangle. And then it gets whoop, pulled right out.
The ghost is trying to make a call.
Ghost needed to play some Candy Crush, I think. Ghost is somebody's mom.
Yeah, like an old lady.
Yeah.
Gotta beat level 6!
Level 6?
Yeah, well, you
it's
know,
really
it's
hard when
old
you're a
people.
ghost to beat a lot of levels of Candy Crush.
True.
We're at this for years.
Back from the dead just to play Candy Crush.
It's tough. You know, it's boring being in the afterlife.
They don't have
They
Facebook
don't have
friends to
technology.
request a life from.
Can't play Words with Friends, no way.
Sure.
Feel a car. The appearance of what appears to be a fully functioning late model coupe is jarring because it leaves you wondering what the hell a car is doing among the ruins of the abandoned buildings. Perhaps they're not so abandoned after all. Just about a minute later, a head sticks itself out from behind a wall, two eyes glaring at the camera operator.
Oh yeah,
The two
something's
men
lurking
become
there.
frightened. They rush around trying to find the mysterious figure again.
They went looking for it? No.
They just want to know if it's his car. They're like, sir, is this your car?
It's a really nice car.
It's
Sir, is it
illegally
yours?
parked.
Wait,
It's double parked. You need to move it.
That's creepy. This little
That's
demon
wild.
eyes.
Yeah, what is that? It's like a bald, glowing-eyed thing. And they never saw it again. I immediately upon seeing something like that, I'm out of there.
I'm out. I don't know what they're like. Oh yeah, come on.
Let's find it. Let's
No,
go. Let's give it a big
let's
hug.
go.
Come on.
Super weird. Oh, it's like a little kid.
I agree.
That little black thing?
Yeah. It doesn't move like anything I know. Kind of looks like a monkey, like a chimp, you know? Like
I just thought it was a boulder.
thought it was a boulder, but it's
I like
moving. It's
that
got
boulder.
limbs.
Oh, wait, I didn't even see
You
arms.
didn't see the limbs?
It's also because I was looking up at the like trees because I was
Mhm.
seeing if there's something up there, and then can I see it again? Okay, I'm gonna pay attention. Oh yeah.
Do you see it? It's like
Oh yeah, it's like crawling forward. Super weird. Super weird.
Is that a child driving that car? Sounds like it.
Because then that's super weird if that's
super
the
weird.
case.
Come on, guys. Don't let your kids drive cars. They'll find super weird.
Seriously, like I don't even know what that is crawling towards them.
I can't explain it. It looks like we're at a farm, but that's no farm animal I know.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, I don't like that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that is a possessed woman.
Mom? Oh, wait. I don't think, is she speaking English? I don't think so.
I don't even know. God damn it, Grandma's sleepwalking again.
Taking the town. I don't like how her face disappears.
No,
in the light.
it makes me so
Totally
uncomfortable.
gone.
You can't see her features until she backs up and then she looks so gaunt and scary.
It's freaky. I like the little hair whip though.
That was
a power
actually really.
move.
Ow, my hair back and forth. I wish they could put that song in.
In this video, it happened to be a day that was not Halloween.
His voice is
The owner of the house says that she thought it was
making me
UPS because
feel
it was 8
some
p.m.
kind of way.
So she ignored the door. To her surprise, the package was not
Okay,
there.
that's really creepy though.
She checked her camera and found the
wonder
character
why.
from the movie Trick or Treat just standing at her door. What do you think would have happened if she would have opened that door?
What do you think would have happened? Don't get any closer, dude. We could just open the door and like bash it in its face. When
You
it's
think?
like leaning in and then 1, 2, 3, doof.
But I feel like the ring is not at the door. I feel like it's like because he's knocking on the door over here,
Yeah.
right? The camera's this way.
Never mind, you're right.
So when he's looking in the camera, she have to come and like blindside him. Pow! But if she opened the door expecting UPS, guaranteed you're getting your kicked by Sam.
And I originally didn't see it. My husband did, and he's the one that was like, I don't, was that a person? And then started, saying no, that couldn't have been, and then panicked and ran over.
This is what they saw during dinner last night. It looks like a person in an otherworldly form. Their explanation? It's a ghost.
And this one is definitely brighter. You can see it 100%, and you can see the movement of like either arms or legs going with the body as it goes by.
I don't know if it's a ghost or if it's just like another child in a nightgown.
I was gonna say someone in a nightgown or like literally just like in a white cloak type thing.
They're just running through people's backyards.
A
for the
bed
thrill
sheet
of it.
wrapped around them or something and then skipping along.
Could be. I mean, it could be that same nightgown person that was sitting in the road, right?
And now they're making their way over to the parking lot.
Like after the people reverse their way away, they're like, all right, well, I'm gonna run across somebody's backyard now.